Durant's been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. So is LeBron and all those guys. Would I make the same decision? No. But that's their decision, that's their choice. You know, as a leader, you gotta be able to take the good with the bad, man. You can't just, because the ship's sinking, all of a sudden I'm gonna jump off and swim to another ship like that. You don't do that. Right?
So what LeBron is telling you guys is that he made the franchise a winning basketball organization by him going there and deciding to be a part of the Philadelphia 76ers. Not my words, LeBron's words. So if these are LeBron's words, this is the standard that I'm holding LeBron to. This is a championship or bust season.
Message.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the best basketball show on YouTube. It's your boy T Rose, Tyler Rose TV. As you can see, I'm on vacation. Gonna be back in studio on Monday, but I had to jump on for this video, so I got my camera. I don't got the studio camera, of course. I got my B camera, my backup camera. But what we're going to talk about is all the nonsense that was leading up to this point where we knew what was coming, some of us at least. But remember when Rich Paul said a few things. Remember when he said this, for example. Let's get into today's video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. And I really hope you enjoy my channel, my videos. As you can see, I'm on vacation and still making content. I love doing this. I don't do it for money. I do it because I genuinely enjoy it. So let's get into what Rich Paul had to say a few weeks ago about LeBron. And let's see LeBron's statement and how they contradict themselves.
If you just could for us tick off then what exactly their priorities are, like what you're looking for, what LeBron is looking for.
You know, not to talk so much about him, but what I try to look for is just an understanding the player. Just know, look, there's a seriousness that comes with this. He's in year 24, not 4. And Danny knows, he's played with him before. There's a competitiveness that comes. We know how hard it is to win championships. No roster, no organization is guaranteed to win a championship, but you do want to be competitive. You do want to have an opportunity come late April and early May to compete at a high level and give yourself the best chance of winning. He's not chasing the ring. You know, you hear these things like, why do we have to chase? He got 4. There's nothing to chase. He's not chasing a ghost or anything like that. But when you've worked this hard to position yourself the way you have, and you can actually decide what you want to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you just hear what Rich Paul said? He said he's not chasing a ring. Now, funny thing, before we get into LeBron's statement, which right now I believe was what we should be judging LeBron James based off his decision, right? We have to judge him based off what he said in his statement and his decisions to go all the way to Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. We have to. But right before that, let's look at what Kobe had to say about chasing rings, especially staying loyal to a franchise. This right here sums up a lot of what's wrong with the NBA, and Kobe already seen it coming.
If you're doing something that's so easy, man, you might want to reconsider what you're doing. I can't, you know, Durant's been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. So is LeBron and all those guys. Would I make the same decision? No. But that's their decision, that's their choice. The Lakers, I've been a Laker fan since 5 years old, man. I know the Laker history all the way from Minneapolis all the way to where it is today. Right? So it's in my blood. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Like, this is home to me. You know, we work through this stuff together, and like, you know, as a leader, you gotta be able to take the good with the bad, man. You can't just, because the ship's sinking, all of a sudden I'm gonna jump off and swim to another ship like that. You don't do that, right? You can win championships in front of everybody, then you can miss the playoffs in front of everybody. You gotta be able to take both sides of it.
People have to do what's right for them. You know, I mean, it's not a judgment, it's just a fact. So, it is. It is.
It is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the other gentleman that was kind of trying to, you know, take on Kobe's take, he's the example of the casual modern fan that doesn't see loyalty in staying with the team. Now, I get it, it's business. But at the same time, when you're that great, the business typically does bend, pause, for you. You know, they gave Jordan a lot of money in his late career. The Lakers gave Kobe a lot of money even when after he was a shell of himself from tearing his rotator cuff, from his Achilles and things of that nature. He wasn't the same player. The Lakers were loyal to him because he brought them 5 rings. He said, you know, it's a business, but we got so much love for this guy. We're going to pay him, even though he's no longer going to contribute to becoming a winning team at this moment. But he said, I'd rather lose and stay with the team that I went through ups and downs with before I ran at 36 years old to another team Now, you don't think that Kobe, at 36 years old, who was probably averaging, 17 or 21 points a game, he didn't play much. You don't think he could have went to a contender and played a lesser role like LeBron's going to do in Philly and get his 6th ring to tie Jordan? But he understands things. I don't need to do the most for me to accomplish what I did. No, you know why? Most importantly, the reason why Kobe didn't do the ring chasing is because he was satisfied with what he did in his career. Of course he wanted to get 7. Of course he wanted to get 6. But the way he got 5 felt so fulfilling to Kobe that he said, I don't need to chase nothing. I got what I did. I'm solidified. This guy is in year 24, and this is what he had to say. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get right into this right here. He said, I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it. I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I played my last game. This is my last decision. I'm not going for money, of course, because no team's going to offer you money. I'm not going for family, which is weird because you wanted your draft with your son and you said that was your dream come true, but you left him in LA, didn't want to take a veteran minimum there. What I'm really playing for at this point is I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete to win and to have a chance at winning another championship. Interesting. We're not done, ladies and gentlemen. I believe I can help make this Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and I am so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA, Miami, I'll forever love, and Northwest Ohio will always be home. Ladies and gentlemen, this man just said, I am going to Philly because I want to win a championship. He went to a team with a finals MVP, with a league MVP, with, I believe, Tyrese Maxey was an all-NBA guard at one point, a rising star, what it looks like with VJ Edgecombe. He didn't go to a team that had maybe one all-star before in their franchise history of the past 2-3 years. No. He decided to go to play for the Philadelphia 76ers, and he said, I believe I can make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team. Did he say, I believe I'm going to have a great farewell tour, I want to play competitive basketball, and that's it? No, he said, I'm going there to play to win for a championship. I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team. So he thinks he's the missing piece. So when he gets there, if he doesn't accomplish that championship, is that a failure with another super team? In my eyes, it has to be. The man just said, I'm going there because I think I can bring them a championship. The man is chasing a ring. So contrary to what Rich Paul said in the first clip that I showed you, what the hell is going on here? It's confusing. He had all this time to think of his last move. And he could have said, let me see if I can go back to Cleveland. And even though I don't think I'll win a championship, let me do that for the franchise that drafted me, my hometown. Let me do that. No. Should I go back to Miami? I won half of my rings there. They got an up-and-coming, I don't know, man. Giannis is kind of hurt a lot. They don't really have much pieces. I can't really win a ring there. Maybe I can negotiate with LA. Maybe I can say, can I come back on a veteran's minimum? Can I do a 6-man role so I can play with my son? That's been my dream. Nah. Let me go to a team that just acquired Jaylen Brown, basically for a steal, who's a finals MVP coming off the best season ever. Let me play with Tyrese Maxey, who is a clutch sport guy. Let me play with Joel Embiid if he's healthy. He's still going to be a great player to have. And I got VJ Edgecombe, and then I got a bench with Anthony Simons. I got Wade. That is a good, solid team. Now, do they have enough basketballs to get it done? That's not my problem. You know why? Because LeBron said him going there is going to make them a championship team. So what LeBron is telling you guys is that he made the franchise a winning basketball organization by him going there and deciding to be a part of the Philadelphia 76ers. Not my words, LeBron's words. So if these are LeBron's words, this is the standard that I'm holding LeBron to.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
This is a championship or bust season. I don't want to hear he's old. If he's old, then retire, then stop. LeBron is still saying he can win championships with this team. We understand Kobe and Jordan maybe not have been as good as LeBron James at this point in their career. Of course, Kobe was retired before 40. Jordan played at 40. But when Jordan came into the league, after he retired for the second time, he didn't go to a championship contender team. He went to the Washington Wizards. So we can't compare the two. But what we can compare is the decisions that they did make. And the decision was for Kobe to stay with his team, to retire with the team that drafted him. The decision for Michael Jordan was to come, scratch that itch, and have some business moves with the Wizards. He wasn't looking for a championship. The fans weren't expecting Michael Jordan to win his 7th ring. LeBron James is still chasing, and he's expected himself to win a championship. So if that don't make sense to you, I need to ask, why doesn't it make sense? Because the proof is in the pudding from what LeBron James said right there, and the quote is right there. So you can read it again if you don't understand. LeBron said he gonna make this team a championship team. So that's what we're gonna see this season, and that's what we're gonna judge upon. Championship or bust. You got a problem with that? I'm sorry, man. This ain't the channel for you. If you're new to the channel, though, and you did enjoy this content, I appreciate you guys for watching. As you can see, on vacation, I'm dedicated. I love doing this, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Peace.